like I mentioned, that's a big game.
No kidding. Oh,
Cuppy Cup.
Spurs are 10-9 too, and again for the Suns to try to get into that cup, go to Vegas. Here we go. BMW first half highlights. Durant and the Suns fell flat against the Nets. Not tonight. We talked about all the assists in the first half, the sharing, the caring, and knocking down a ton of threes. Monte Morris was excellent in this game.
He was, you know, and he just gives you credit. Go give that guy credit too. Tom, there's games where he has not got in, and yet he is always ready to go. But he misses, and Looney came in and gave him a little boost in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good 1-2 combination with Jackson Davis as the starter and then Looney coming off the bench. KD, a little double clutch. Looked like he wanted to lob that up to Plumlee and decides to stick the mid-range game. It's a 9-point Suns lead. This guy has had a rebirth. We talked about Wiggins in the pregame show. He's been really good so far this season.
Yeah, he's been much better. There's no question about it. He's been up and down so much, and obviously he had some personal issues with his father, but it looks like he solidified that. And so nice to see Grayson come out in that second quarter and just lay what he had, 15 points or something in the quarter. He was terrific.
Oh, and then Royce, the great pump fake, and then does find Tyus Jones. You talk about his numbers, 7 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from deep, had 3 rebounds and 9 assists. So the Suns were up by 17 at the break. BMW's second half highlights. The Warriors and Curry make their move with a quick 7-0 run to begin the third period.
Yeah, they really do. This young man right here, I mean, he drives you nuts. That guy right there drives me nuts.
He drives a lot of people nuts.
Gave him a technical for swinging around up there like that. Come on, man. Anyway, the effort was so good. And that guy right there, Tyus Jones, man, he shoots it. Royce O'Neal has been so good and so consistent, knocking that shot down, and obviously playing great defense, and not Book finding the open guy. 9 assists for Book. Come on, man. I love it. Oh. Way to go, Oso!
By
the big bear.
He and Dunn were excellent, as always, on defense, and with that youthful passion. The fadeaway by Kevin Durant, who hit some big buckets in the fourth quarter for the Suns, because things got a little bit of hairy for the Suns, especially with that full court press that Golden State put on them.
Well, that's what Golden State does. They disrupt defensively and make you, not play well. The Suns made the extra pass in the first half, not as much in the second half. You noted that they only had 10 assists in the second half, but these guys made some big hoops. I mean, I mentioned they only shot 15 of 40 between them, but man, when they needed a basket, they found a way to get to the bottom of the hole.
6-point game. Who do you call? Kevin Durant or Booker, or tonight Tyus Jones, maybe even Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen. Again, Bradley Beal was out with a calf injury. Nurk did not play in this one. The Suns wind up shooting 48% from the field, and you can see those bench points, 27. And Golden State's going to be like that all year. It's a +10 in that category for the Warriors, but again, Kerr goes so deep on that bench.
Well, he just keeps coming at it. And what'd you say, that they all played?
Sprint Center, head coach Kerr. Book, his unsung Olympic MVP. Book had himself a night. Durant, who also won back-to-back titles with the visiting Warriors. Suns were shining early, 21 assists in the first half, led by 17. Then Curry catches fire, just like he did in Paris. He's been dealing with some barking knees. Golden State got within 5. A little bit of leftover stuffing for KD. Monte, a beeline to the basket. And the Suns hold on to win it 113-105. Welcome to Suns postgame time, sponsored by Sweet James with the legend Tom Chambers. And momentarily, we will be joined by Devin Booker. 1 point away from 15,000 points in his career. Just needed one more tonight, but he can get that Tuesday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're impressive.
The stuffing
was our stuffing was impressive too.
Apparently, you talked about it all night.
I'm
and
just
turkey,
saying, we had a remarkable Thanksgiving dinner. Let's get back to this game, because this game was
the gravy.
Oh yeah, the gravy.
Yeah,
Brock contributed to dinner. Can you imagine?
Yeah. And you guys are probably passing around the dishes, just like the Suns were passing around.
Oh,
that's really, and he talked about that too. I mean, and KD, that's how they built their big lead.
100%. When Booker and KD go 15 of 40, and you pretty much carry this game the whole way until right at the end they falter a little bit, you just know it's unselfishness. It's the defense. It's blocking shots. The starting centers had 4 block shots. KD had 3 block shots. It was just a remarkable effort, because their competitive juices the other day against Brooklyn wasn't up to par, and it sounds like Coach Bud let them know in the film section.
Yes, apparently Kevin Durant kind of let us into the locker room a little bit. No Bradley Beal, out with a calf injury. Nurk out with an injured quad. So Grayson Allen got the start, did not score in the first quarter. quarter, then came to life in the second period. He had 17 points, and Mason Plumlee got the start for Nurk. But really, when you look at the Suns bench, too, the bench was 11 of 17 from the field, 5 of 8 from behind the line.
Well, on their energy. I mean, you know, Don and Osa, we had talked about their defensive prowess out there. Obviously, KD's talked about that, their level of play. They expect that from them every single game. Coach Bud does it well. So when you have guys that come in and really apply the defensive pressure like these guys are, and they can knock down shots. And Osa's got the little floater going. Obviously, he knows how to dunk the basketball, too.
Yes, he does, yeah.
So it's fun to watch him.
And this was so entertaining, especially in the first half. We talked about it at halftime. The Suns were out-warring the Warriors. Did that make any sense? It didn't sound very good. But they built a big lead with the sharing. 21 assists in the first half on their 23 field goals.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like Book hadn't missed a shot. Now, as you look down, he's missed a bunch of them. They did not play as well offensively in the second half. But this first half was just an absolute masterpiece. We talked about it at halftime. All of the assists out there, 21 and 23 you mentioned there, but things were clicking because of the energy on the defensive end. Really got them going on the offensive end.
Well, and it was so interesting because on the other end, Steve Kerr, he's been limiting minutes for Draymond Green and Steph Curry. So in the first 16 minutes of this game, he played all 13 active players.
Amazing.
So the Suns are like, wait, who do you got now? Wait, we got Lindy Waters just came in. We got some guy named Spencer, you know.
The thing is, it doesn't matter anymore in the NBA because they switch every play anyway. They just got to, okay, go find a guy and we'll see who the switch is going to be and try and take advantage of it. But it was a fun one. I mean, playing those guys every single time, it's great. When we talk to Book, it'll be interesting to see what he thinks of his former team because he was on Steph a lot.
Yes,
tonight.
he was.
He did
And
a really nice job.
so was Tyus Jones, especially in the first quarter or the fourth quarter. And you were talking about him in the first half. He finishes with 19 points, 9 assists, and has been just so solid for this team. But this may have been his best game yet.
He was terrific. And, you know, we talk about playmaking skills and executing, in the fourth quarter. And Book, who we're going to talk to right now, also had just 9 assists once again out there, you know.
So, Book, describe that first half with the 21 assists, 23 field goals. You guys were moving it around, making it very difficult for a very good Warriors defense.
Yeah, just trying to take the best available shot every time down and, putting those guys in rotation and, trying to get the matchup that we want to put them in rotation, and we were getting a lot of easy shots.
I'll tell you, do you look at Steph any differently now after being his teammate, this summer and what you guys went through over there in the Olympics and played like that? When you were wanting to guard him and you were trying to take advantage of him on the other end, do you look at him different now as a player once he was a teammate?
I think we just have a more personal relationship, a couple rounds of golf together, just getting to know him and his family. But I've always had the utmost respect for him, and, I've always said the hardest cover in the league, and I feel like I burned a lot of calories today, and it wasn't even my main matchup. Just chasing him around the court at all times.
Can you hang with him on the golf course? Because he is really darn good.
No.
Okay, you're getting there. You're getting better though.
Yeah, I played 3 rounds with him. He didn't bogey one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, he's got a post-NBA career ahead of him.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Tyus Jones, how he really does tie it all together for this Suns team. Was this maybe his best game yet as a member of the Phoenix Suns?
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I know it was a big one. I was telling people, from the start that he can also shoot the ball very well. So if teams plan to just shift off him, that, he'll make them pay for that. But he always sets the table for all of us, me, Kay, and Brad. He just makes life easier for everybody out there.
Well, certainly the team had, issues in the fourth quarter last year, and this year Tyus Jones came in to rectify that. But I admire him because he can go up to Devin Booker and say, give me the ball in the fourth quarter. Kevin right here, give me the ball. This is what I'm here for. This is how I'm going to solidify this team. And he certainly has done that.
Well, yeah, we want to give him the ball in those situations because we understand, we're going to get something easier and something that we don't have to exert so much energy to do, like it's been in the past. So, he's a point guard, he's a general, and, he's really fun to play with.
All right, you are 1 point away from 15,000 in your
just
career.
Heard that.
You just heard that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So luckily you got a game again on Tuesday, and it looks like the Spurs will take that 15,000 point.
And a very important game.
Yeah, maybe a floater over Wemby. That would be a nice way to do it.
Or a Chris Paul post-up.
Oh, like that even better.
Oh, my goodness.
I like that.
Oh, my goodness. That one might go viral.
Just don't fall through for the sweep through, okay?
I won't.
Okay.
I've seen it too many
Something
times.
tells me Chris Paul might hear about that one. That's probably exactly what you want,
He
man.
probably
You
already
guys-
texted me.
Yeah, exactly. Book, thanks as always.
All
for
right,
the
John.
time, bro.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good job, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Chris Paul coming in with Wemby and Harrison Barnes. I'm looking for it. Maybe I'll post up Chris Paul, man.
I just love it. Chris
That's
Paul
live
post
television,
stuff.
man.
That's
right?
fun stuff right there.
Yeah, you don't rehearse that kind of stuff.
No,
but maybe he's been thinking about that match.
Well,
As well in his coaching style, because Golden State pulled to within 5 with about 1:10 to go, and I thought maybe call a timeout. But he's talked to his guys from day one about playing through chaos and playing through each other, and then even difficult times like that. And so he didn't call a timeout, going, "You guys figure it out." And I think players like to be empowered by that.
Well, it's sort of like that Phil Jackson mentality. I know Phil used to coach that way. Popovich too, where they would allow their players to play through it. Because a lot of times when you do call timeout, sometimes it even helps the team that's putting the pressure on you, because now they can go over there and catch their breath and come back out and be right back at it again. So sometimes it's good to play through it, and it was good to see.
oh, he wasn't real happy about it. I mean, he was over there just jumping around on the sideline, not liking it one little bit. But it's interesting you mentioned Pop doing that too. But Pop would call 5 timeouts in the first 3 minutes of a game too, if things weren't going the well. So it just depends on how things are going. But Eddie, one thing, and it's not really what we had talked about, but the referees last season, late in the year, started letting the guys play. This year, they're getting beat up out there. I mean, guys are getting. They had 15 personal fouls in the game. We had 13 personal fouls in the game as a team. I mean, they were letting them, hack and hold and grab. I kind of like it.
I like it too. And I think they're getting used to it.
Yeah.
Like they're learning to play through it. And that's part of it. Like sometimes we got to that point in years past where they didn't play through it. And I think officials are telling them, look, if he's not totally, hatcheting you, then you better be able to play through it. And we're not going to call ticky-tack kind of fouls. And I thought in the first half they got away with a few, Golden State, because they do a lot of flopping, and defensively they have to because they're undersized. But for the most part, I thought the officials let them play.
And
It's the old Jerry Sloan thing. They can't call them all.
They
can't call them all,
Keep hacking
Because I'm telling you what, they were hacking out there,
Yeah, we thought Fratello did that a lot too. And we continue to talk about the Suns youngsters. Ryan Dunn, Oso Ighodaro. Together, they had 4 blocks in this game and all sorts of youthful passion, which the Suns and their fans are feeding on.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what they're supposed to do. They're not out there to score a ton of points. They're not going to get plays run for them. They're just out there to just work hard and do the necessary things to help the guys that's out there score. And that's what they did. Ryan picked up fouls early, but he didn't lose his aggressiveness. And also, I'm telling you, he's slowly understanding his placement on the court, defensively, how he needs to react. All those things are coming into play. He got 31 minutes tonight, Tom, and so that was good for him.
Well, they never give up on a play, ever. No. I mean, you see Ryan coming up the court, trying to pace himself to get those old LeBron James rundown block shots, also doing the same thing. I just love it. And even when he got his 3rd foul, Ryan in the first half, Coach Bud's like, go ahead and get a couple more.
Yeah.
I love him utilizing all of his fouls, and he does.
And Curry had it in the corner at one point, and Dunn comes over at the last second, just throws him off just a little bit. Dunn was a +8. The Suns were a +8 with him on the floor, a +14 with Oso. Those 2 guys have been spectacular for the Suns here in the early part of the season. EJ, thanks so much. We'll see you again
Edward.
Tuesday.
Hey, can you find shoes that match next game?
Yeah, I know.
Or just switch them up.
I'm going to keep doing it
Just
now.
switch 'em
Good
up.
luck.
Oh,
good luck.
I wouldn't change either.
Where you guys defended in that 4th quarter to stretch the lead out a little bit. Obviously, was moving your feet, getting blocked shots. What do you feel like was key defensively after Golden State got back in it?
Yeah, I think the guys, you have to chase. You have to just stay. You cannot relax against Golden State. It's a credit to, what they do tonight, what they've done every night, what they've built over the years. And I think just your ability to lock in defensively and not relax. I thought there was, a couple plays at the rim from Oso and Ryan that really helped. I thought our hands on some of the passes, there was a deflection and a steal. And the guys, you just got to compete. The guys were locked in. they just really executed, or they did all the little things that you got to do against a really good team.
The only follow I had with that, when you look at just, Devin, he played the whole first quarter, and he played the whole third quarter. That's been sort of his consistency throughout his career. Have you been building to get him to that point, or is this something where you thought tonight with the shortage of bodies that this was the route to go with him?
No, I think, I'm not sure. I think the last 4, 5, 6 games, we've kind of been rolling through that first and third quarter kind of situation for him. And the other night, I think Kevin got it going, and so and he got his fourth in the third. So, I think he's in a good place. It's always a work in progress, trying to figure out what's best for him, what are the best combinations. It's not just about a player. It's, everything. But he's been playing, I think, that first and third quarter, last 5 or 6 games would be my guess.
Coach, you guys assisted on 31 of your 38 passes.
Joined now by EJ.
Ryan's not going to let me look at the bottom duds. The duds were just the whole Detroit Piston team.
Oh, the entire Pistons.
The entire. They can only list 3 out of like 12 that played. Brutal.
Yeah, brutal. And I don't know how long Brogdon is going to be in Washington. They're going to move him along and get something in return.
If they can find somebody for salary, because that guy, I mean, he's always been a leader. You know?
Let's go places with our Valley Toyota dealers and take a look at the Suns' upcoming schedule. The San Antonio Spurs here in downtown Phoenix on Tuesday. That's the end of the homestand. And the final Emirates Cup qualifier. Suns are 2-1 in Cup play, tied with Oklahoma City. Now Tuesday, OKC plays Utah. If they win, they are in due to the head-to-head matchup with the Suns because they beat the Suns in Cup play. But the Suns could still get a wild card spot, so it would not necessarily be over. But they have to beat San Antonio.
And Utah's been not good, but they may have one in them.
One in them. It just depends on whether or not Lauri Markkanen comes to play. And he does play hard, but there's times where he's just not as effective as we've seen him over the last couple of years.
How'd they do tonight, you see?
I have not checked. I'll let you do that.
I've been so worried about studs and duds, I didn't even look at it.
I just can't wait for that San Antonio game, especially when Book called out Chris Paul. Gonna post you up for 15K.
I want to get my points on you, Chris Paul, and then go like this.
Too little. Fans couldn't see that. It was TC going too little. We wrap it up with TC's top 5. Look who's front and center. Caitlin Clark. And you know what? She loves the threes, and she saw the Suns download 18 of them.
She doesn't get too excited out there.
No,
she smiled a couple of times, a little stoic.
That's why she's so good late games.
That bothers her.
How about Tyus and Royce to combine 7 of 9 deep in this game? 7 of 9.
Get that out of there!
Stuffing.
Yeah, the third. Which the third is it?
Lindy Waters?
There you go.
Yeah, Lindy Waters. It wasn't Gary Payton.
No.
Monte, loved what he did.
He was terrific out there.
8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Monte Morris.
This is cleaning up the mess. Just clean up the mess. You know, Royce, I think you can give him an assist. Setting up. Royce trying to go get it himself. And also, he's a pogo stick.
Hanging around the
a little higher.
board.
Yeah,
Yep.
a little higher. Oh, I love it. Way to go, Mr. Plum Dog. Get that. Gary Payton didn't like that, but that wasn't the Gary Payton you have to worry about.
That is just plumb nasty.
Oh,
right there.
You're
right
so
there.
good.
Nice. I've been saving that one for you.
Oh, way to go.
Oh.
What a pass right there.
There's the pogo.
Big Bear.
Boom.
Bam. Oh, who jumped it? Oh, that was that guy we'd never heard of that played 4 games. Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer.
I know.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty good. He looks like he should be a free safety.
Then why has he only played 4 games?
Well, he made the team. You said it yourself. The Suns lost to the Nets, but anybody on an NBA roster can play, including Mr. Spencer.
Let me just say, Mr. say his name, Azubuike, that we spoke to earlier.
Kalena.
He said, oh yeah, he got going downhill and really helped us. We had to look to see who it was.
Yeah, we did.
And he's our guy, man.
Oh, he is our guy.
Oh no. We have an autograph.
One more. Let it fly.
Just don't hit it.
No look.
Where's? Oh, I like the little girl right there.
Oh, I thought you were going.
Oh,
no
the
look.
Warrior! The Warrior messed us up, man. Don't give it to the gold chain.
Knocked
there
it
you
away.
Go.
Oh,
there you go.
Got to take care of the Suns fans.
The Warrior guy bogarted the little girl, man.
You got to go break it up after we're done here.
Oh boy.
It's like dinner at the Chambers household. Breaking up fights right and left.
Put your elbows up.
Give me that gravy.
Yeah.
Brock made the best gravy ever.
Piranhas.
Oh, this was a nice win. Very entertaining game.
Yeah.
Golden State Made it close.
Yeah.
Steph Curry came alive with those barking knees.
Oh, ouch.
I didn't know knees could bark until Columbus.
Well,
but-
that was insider trading right there. You shouldn't have heard about that.
Oh, bring on Wemby and Chris Paul Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to see a post up for 15,000.